it was a legal punch. He just found that little space as Jimenez lifted the elbow up. You can see from this angle there's not a lot of room there to get his shot in, but he finds the gap.
Jimenez down in round 3. What next? Alfred Cote, the champion. Jimenez, the challenger, is the one in the solid black shorts with the white stripe down the side. That's how Glenn's seeing it so far. Advantage Cote. Last round will have been scored 10-8 because of the knockdown. Jimenez is not noted as a heavy puncher himself, so he may not have too much to steady Cote when he does come in. Cote's not unhittable, though. He's been caught with left hooks quite a few times.
Yes, Jimenez himself is a fast counter puncher. When Cote makes a mistake, he's landing with his own shots. You see Jimenez getting his own success.
Right uppercut looked hurtful on Cote. Again, the left hook works for Jimenez. Got in with another good left hook. That might have just shaken Cote a little, I got the impression.
Yes, his balance just looked slightly unsteady there. 3 good left hands Jimenez landed with.
Just went into his shell for a quarter of a minute or so there, Cote, having taken that one. May have been wrong, but it looked like that.
It did, but he doesn't give a lot away, does he? His facial expression always stays the same, Cote.
Yes, boxers have to be like poker players to that extent.
Yes, you can't afford to show any distress in the eyes. You've got to try and keep deadpan.
That can't be easy sometimes. You'd know, Glenn.
Yes, no, when you get hit with decent shots, it's very, very difficult.
Ahí lo tiene, duro abajo, en el mismo centro, hijo, en el centro. Duro abajo. Ahí lo tiene abajo. Duro.
You hear these Spanish voices calling out here in the East End from the Jimenez corner.
Chupa, chupa aire. Respira.
Yes, they're trying to lift their man, who's obviously a bit down after that last round, but he's fought back well in this round, and he's landed with good punches.
That's another good one too. Jimenez here is showing some real championship quality of his own. Really dug in and had a pretty good round.
Okay, your next-door neighbor is a know-it-all. She knows where to get the best recipes, the best books, the best lube job, the best taxidermist, and the closest she comes to a compliment is nice furniture if you like that sort of thing. Suddenly you discover Mindtrap the game. The idea is simple. Whoever answers the most brain-teasing questions wins, and you don't have to be a human Rolodex to guess the answers. So invite Little Miss Between You and Me. Have I got a deal? But I kid you, you're not wearing that, are you? Tell them I sent you over for a game and show her up big time. Mindtrap, the perfect game for people who think they're smart.
Welcome back. Action from the 4th round of this WBO bantamweight title fight. Jimenez had his successes with the headshots like that.
Yes, he come back well there, and some solid shots he landed with. Cote was just a little bit more relaxed, and I thought Jimenez did enough just to probably win that round with the solider punches.
5th round. Jimenez unusually goes through a little kind of loosening up exercise. He's the one in the solid black trunks here. More gaudy fashion wear of the champion Alfred Cote of Ghana. Glenn gave the last round to Jimenez to tighten it up a little bit. Ooh, the right uppercut. Crunching punch. That hurt Jimenez. Right cross to follow. He just covered up there. Let his head clear for a moment. Cracking looking punch.
You see, Cody can just explode with one of these fast punches, which he has good power with them, but they're so quick.
And Jimenez is the kind of fighter who's been in long fights before, championship fights before. He knows how to tough it out and hang on in there with the hope of maybe coming back and getting a foothold later on.
Yes, he's a solid, tough professional. He's going to fight all the way here.
The cut that he has at the moment is definitely not a serious one either, Jimenez. That's a good news for him.
There you're seeing the reflexes of Alfred Cody, very quick.
Cody, though, is taking a surprising number of punches himself. He's under pressure here on the ropes, not showing a great elusiveness in his defense. And just thinking about a possible fight if it ever happened with Naseem Hamed. He wouldn't want to be taking that many punches against a big puncher like Hamed.
No, he wouldn't. He just goes through spells where his work gets very quiet, Cody, and then he picks it up again. But when he does that, when he goes quiet, Jimenez seizes the opportunity and throws lots of punches.
Cody looks the heavier hitter. But Jimenez is busy and he just keeps on throwing leather in the hope of attracting the eye of the judges, just trying to wear Cody down and getting through with a couple of body shots of his own here. It's an erosive kind of approach that Jimenez is taking.
It's a good thing from Jimenez's point of view. By keeping the steady work on, he's keeping Cody off balance. And he can't let Cody get set for punches, because we saw what he can do when he lands with good counters.
Bit low, and after the bell from Cody, that last punch. I must say, I've seen him look more dazzling than this Cody. Jimenez is really making him work for it. I wonder how Barry McGuigan is reading things.
Ian, I think that is Jimenez's round. What he's doing is he's staying on top of Cote, and he's forcing Cote to fight every minute of the round. And what he's doing is he's boxing when Cote wants to fight, and fighting when Cote wants to box. And Cody doesn't like to fight 180 seconds of every round, and it's obvious that he's finding this guy a difficult target to hit, but he always has that punching power, and if he can nail him with body shots again, he could stop, terminate the fight with one of those good body shots. But he's blowing a bit, doesn't like the pressure from Jimenez. This is an interesting fight.
Thanks a lot, Barry. It's boiling up nicely. Ian Darke and Glenn McCrory down at ringside for you tonight. And you're watching live action. It's the WBO Bantamweight Championship that's on the line here. Cody defending the title, the Ghanaian against Puerto Rico's Daniel Jimenez. Two world-class operators in there. Jimenez, the one in the solid black trunks. He's come back well, Jimenez, in the last couple of rounds.
He's come back well. He had a bad third round where he went down, and he's come back on my card to win the last two rounds. So that shows the measure of the fighter he is.
So you've got it level, have you now?
Dead level at this moment.
And remember, one knockdown already with Jimenez on the floor from a body shot in round 3. Little trademark punches of Cody's that don't travel far, those quick whipping little hooks from close in.
As Cody still goes through stages where he looks to rest, and he gets caught by Jimenez. He lets Jimenez bustle all over him in them stages. He's got to keep the pressure on, keep his work rate up.
Now, is there a little mark underneath the right eye of Cody? I'm just having a look. Maybe something of an optical illusion under the lights, but there seems a bit of blood around there. Oh, those are good shots, combination punches from Cote.
Yes, that's better from Cote, but he still has to try and keep his work rate up. He constantly drops off and allows Jimenez to come back with punches.
Tough to score, though, because I think, to be fair to Cote, he's blocking an awful lot on the arms and gloves in this round. And he's getting through more himself.
Yes, this is better. When he starts working, he lands.
Again, blocking them on the arms, Cote. Jimenez will just, I think, work on the premise that if he keeps on throwing the leather, it's always hard to see whether they've got through or not, and the judges will give him the credit anyway, which is not a bad ploy, actually.
No, he's got to try and do that, and also try and keep the pressure on. It keeps Cote off balance.
What a tough little man this Daniel Jimenez is. All punches there being thrown after the referee had said break. I don't think anybody was really to blame for that. They were kind of halfway through throwing the blows. There's the bell to end the round.